On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype. We make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on? A blessed and wonderful Tuesday evening to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side. So we have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So what you know, my peeps, the first thing that we're going to kick it off with in the evening is an international story coming out of the Caribbean nation of Barbados. A Jamaican man was arrested and charged for drug-related offenses in Barbados after he was found with a quantity of the illicit drug in that country, marijuana. Now, the Jamaican man has since been identified as 36-year-old Andre O'Shane Williams. He's said to be of a Howell's content address in Yorktown, Mapen, Clarendon. He was charged with possession of the weed, trafficking the weed, intent to supply the weed, and importation of the weed. Now, Andre Williams was caught with 2.6 kilogram of the illicit drug on Friday. It has an estimated street value of $28,800 Bahamian dollars. Now, Andre Williams appeared in court on Monday, where he pleaded guilty to the offenses. He was fined $15,000 or 9 months in a Barbados prison service. Boy, may I tell you, I guess the hustlings continues. Now back to local style. Now the first thing that we're going to talk about locally, my peeps, is an update surrounding the triple fatal knockings and clappings by the police along the Linstead bypass in St. Catherine. Now the three have still not been officially named by their birth name, but we still have two of the alleged criminal elements. We have their aliases, one known as Leprechaun and the other one identified as Nah Laugh. A third criminal element was also cut down by the police. He's yet to be named. Now the police also allege that two criminal elements escaped from that brutal onslaught. One is said to be identified as Draper. Now Draper is said to be from the Bagwalk area. So everybody in a Bagwalk supposed to know that particular criminal element. And if you don't know him by that particular name as Draper, here we go on. His correct name is Omar Brown. So anybody from Bagwalk will go to school with that criminal element, the Omar Brown. He was one of the criminal elements that escaped this morning's brutal knockings and clappings of Guan. So if anybody know the whereabouts of him, please contact the St. Catherine North Police immediately. And as always, if you not trust the police, link On The Spot News Media or any like-minded vlogger, give us the information and we will most definitely pass it on to the relevant authorities who can definitely make effective change. Now the three criminal elements them were put out. Yeah, tell them my peeps. The police them deal with the situation grimy. Me no know how some man still want bad after seeing that graphic imagery of them three brother there. Trust and believe. Even if me did have it in my mind for bad, would have changed my mind because gunshot deal with the man them body terrible. One of them gunshot take out in eyeball clean one of them head bust wide open. You know when time you take a 28 machete and I try to ox out a coconut, I saw the man head top look. Cave in. Yeah, man. Now, one of them was clad in red t-shirt and blue distressed jean shorts. The next one clad in a green sweater, yellow undershirt, blue distressed jeans, and black Air Force shoes. The third one clad in a blue sweater, black jeans pants, and barefooted. Him run out time boat. Yeah, man. Now this on your screen is a picture of the motor vehicle where the police then clap gunshot pan. And of course, this beside it is a picture of the police vehicle. We get, let me see, one can in it. I don't know if no more did it, but at a one can that we see in a police vehicle. And to the looks of things, right there so, the police will get injured in their foot. Good I get the can from. Now, information received by On The Spot News Media is that the police were acting on information and the police team intercepted a grey Toyota Axio motor car. The police stated that the information that they got is that the grey Toyota Axio motor vehicle had 5 heavily armed men inside about to commit a robbery in St. Ann. It is stated that the criminal elements were commanded to stop, and the criminal elements did not do so but began to fire a portion to can upon the police. The police stated that they took evasive action, returned the fire. The men alighted from the vehicle and continued firing shots at the police. The police stated that 2 men escaped and 3 end up drop a ground. When the knockings and clapping subsided, 3 of them spread out like a sheet with 2 9mm pistols in close proximity to where their lifeless bodies fell. It is stated that a police get caught up right there so. The injured men were transported to the Linstead Hospital. Not in a bid to save them life, of course, you don't know, so them already spread out, done gone a shot eye country land from same place upon the scene, but for formalities, them carry them go to the hospital, they have them officially pronounced, you know what. The injured policemen were also treated at the hospital. It is also stated that the one who get can in him foot remains hospitalized. Now the criminal elements in question are said to be active members of the Uchensi Wilson gang. That same criminal element that was charged with his fellow gang members under the anti-gang legislation in 2020 and was found guilty and given a maximum sentence of 26 years in prison before he will be eligible for parole. We get to understand say the gang get broken now, so them a line up a portion to robberies for carry out, especially in the St. Ann Police Division. So persons living in and around the St. Ann space, please be on the lookout, especially if you don't have established businesses. We are pulling some whole heap of cash. Our parties, we are pulling whole heap of cash. When you left the parties, remember, you can't trust nobody because the very same people will probably assist you if you count the money and check off everything whilst you carry it home. Them same one will set you up. Now we get to understand that the vehicle in question is owned by a female. She will not be named as yet, but we just watch for the police investigations to see if she too will be implicated, given the fact that she owns the vehicle. But anyway, On The Spot News Media will most definitely keep in tabs on this one and update you subsequently. Yeah, man. Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is really another sad one. It took place in a section of Lawrence Tavern known as Rose Hill in the St. Andrew North Police Division. Another domestic dispute gone wrong that has left this mother lifeless, no longer among the land of the living. And it was carried out by her own spouse, who is also said to be the father of one of her children. Him use a 28 machete and deal with the situation grimy, lone chop all over her body, taking her life, same place, on the spot. Now the female presently on your screen has since been identified as Sashana Shaw, and her daughter was also brutally attacked by the criminal element. Now this is the criminal element presently on your screen, and he has since been identified as Ricardo McCarthy, but them call him Crow. Now, guess why them call him Crow? Because his father named Drunkro. Believe it or not, facts. His father named Drunkro, and them just call him Crow. Boy, may I tell you, we Jamaicans now easy when we name people Pitney Road, you know. But anyway, his name is Crow, as in him alias. Birth name Ricardo McCarthy. And he's presently on the run for the fatality and the injuring of Sashana Shaw and her daughter. Now we're not for sure if her daughter a female pitney or the other pitney a female, because we hear say she have two. Now this criminal element here is at large. So anyone knowing the whereabouts of Ricardo Shaw, aka Crow, please alert the St. Andrew North Police Division. Now this is the couple in better days. Now what could have gone so wrong where a love like this turned so brutal in a way that one end up lose fair 3 pints and the other, the criminal element in question, presently on the run. But we all know, so just give it a couple of days and he will be caught in a security dragnet one way or the other. So prisoner, I miss you. So me would advise you for just turning yourself to the police, because some family members, some friends, somewhere, somehow must know which part you're there. So I urge the family for just tell him for turning himself, because failure to do so, trust and believe, una go bury him. Yeah, man. Now the next thing that we're going to talk about took place, same place, in the St. Andrew North Police Division, but this time over there in Irish Town, in Maryland District. We get to understand, say a man and police toss up there and lone can't beat pan boy. Yeah, man. We get to understand, say a prohibited weapon was also taken from the man who get can up. Luckily for him, he is still among the land of the living. So that just goes to show that the police, they never want dopey that one, yeah. So, lucky for him, he escape. So he's presently in the hospital undergoing treatment, and Indicom is presently investigating. Now the next thing we go on took place over there in Central Village, in the St. Catherine South Police Division. Another illegal weapon was taken off the streets, and the police them can up another man. He too is also unidentified so far. And luckily for this one also, seems as if them criminal elements are asleep on the good side of bed. Because luckily for him, he is also among the land of the living, and he's presently being treated at the hospital. And as stated earlier, an illegal weapon was also taken from him, and Indicom is presently investigating. Now the next thing that we're going to talk about is coming out of the Manchester Police Division, where this brother here, said to be a farmer in Manchester, end up lose 3 pints by the hands of criminal elements in Canewood District in northwest Manchester early this morning. Now the police have identified him as Ojay Gooden, 30 years old, said to be a resident of a Canewood district in Comfort Hall in Manchester. Don't a Comfort, this is still in no Comfort, not really two day Comfort. Comfort are one of the real garrisons of Manchester. Whole heap of Nakis and Clappis live down there. So we don't know exactly what go on. But according to the police report, sometime in the wee hours of this morning, somewhere about 1 a.m., we get to understand that the now deceased man presently on your screen was at his home when armed criminal elements posing as police kicked in the front door of the man. It is stated that they opened gunfire, hitting him all over the body. The police stated that the criminal elements then set fire to his grey 2003 Toyota Corolla motor vehicle. So that definitely seemed to be a malicious intent on the part of the criminal elements. Now investigators are probing whether the incident is linked to another fatal knockings and clappings were going October 12 in the Canewood area. Now we're going to hear from Councillor Rowan Kennedy, Councillor of the People's National Party for Mile Gully. He described the incident as shocking, as he stated that Canewood is usually a quiet community.
Kennedy, Deputy Mayor of Mandeville and Councillor for the Mile Gully Division. Yes, I'm very concerned about the murder that had taken place in the Canewood area. It has been the second one in a 2-week period. The community, quiet farming community like that, is not used to activities like these. It's very alarming. And to know that whosoever have done it are they allege that they were posing in police uniform, make it even a bit more concerning. I just want to appeal to the community that if there are any information available, please pass it on to the police, because they're the ones that will be able to, bring this to a closure. Don't go out and take no further action.
Now the next thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is coming out of the Clarendon Police Division, where the Maypen Police were called to a scene, and upon their surprise, after they checked a house, human skeletal remains were found. Now it took place in a section of Maypen known as Box Common. So all of the bone them, police them collect up everything and send it to the labs to see if them can get some sort of testing going to try to figure out who the person was. Them don't know if any foul play, because as I say, a bone them fine. So the whole of the flesh that would have leave some sort of visible evidence right now gone. So we are wait for hear if them can figure out who them bone they belong to, or if somebody can come and say, yo, so that person there was last seen inside the house there or something. But we are wait. Now the last thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is coming out of the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled St. James Police Division, where the police them name one food around there and broke the plate again. Yeah, man. Now the criminal element in question is unidentified for the time being. But we get to understand that the police them take an illegal weapon off of him. Now it is stated that that particular police fatal knockings and clappings took place over there in Springmount in St. James. And it took place yesterday, sometime around 8:30 p.m. Indicom is presently investigating. Right now, nobody can tell me nothing, Indicom work for every single penny where them get since the start of the year, because members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force and Defence Force have had them on their toes since the start of the year. So we're glad to see how the police them are clean up the thing still. We just need to see where it will fall as it relates to the end of year tally. My projection is under 700. And that in itself, my peeps, will definitely be a success for Jamaica and Jamaicans, yard and abroad. Because all our young adults right now would have never seen the murder figure down so low. Because this would be an all-time low over the past 25 years. So, we see where I go on now. Anyways, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.